normal teams, Sean, there's ebbs and flows to how things work. You are not the team you were in September. You're not the player you are in October that you are in November. You're not the same team you are in December as you were in October. Like, there's an ebb and a flow. And ideally what you want to be is being at your peak, at your pinnacle, as you roll into the playoffs. Buffalo has that look. Like, yesterday's prices are not today's prices with the Buffalo Bills. He's taken it to another level, which has begged the question, and I think you're seeing this nationally, of Josh Allen's here. How are they going to deal with this? You know this. Every single step of the way, the Lions have got the question. Oh, you lost a game. How are you going to deal with it? Oh, they're going to win every single game after that. Oh, all these guys are hurt. What are you going to do now? They're going to grit and grind and find a way to win games still. Okay, now the aliens come into town. How are you going to handle this? So I think it is the last question that the Lions have to answer this season.
It's funny you say that, and I don't want to give too much away
Regular
for the nickel
season.
package, but we're going to discuss that in the nickel package. It was my job to come up with 5 questions, and we'll discuss that in a little bit. Neal, I'm going to look at the other way. You know what I want to do? How can we exploit that defense that is incredibly exploitable? And part of the way you can exploit that defense that, as we have seen, is incredibly exploitable is activating your backs out of the backfield and going right after them. I'm sure that you guys have seen all the numbers, and there have been multiple tweets about how running backs out of the backfield are just killing the Bills. That is the soft underbelly for you World War II buffs out there. That is the soft underbelly of Fortress Buffalo Bills. What running backs are doing to them out of the backfield. And this is where you get, obviously we expect it from Gibbs. You know what? Why don't you throw a few passes Monty's way, too?
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you throw a few passes Monty's way? Get him some space, KG, out in the open field and let him eat.
No, absolutely. I talked about it on the morning show. Ben Johnson's screen game against a defense like this, it can absolutely open up everything else. But I also feel like the run game is going to work too. Last week against the Packers, Jared Goff had to do a little bit more. But you look at this game right here, Jared Goff's going to have his way. I feel like as long as the line of scrimmage is able to establish themselves, which they will be able to, you're going to get a little bit of the run, but you're definitely going to get a little bit of the pass game too. So as long as they play typical Detroit Lions football, time of possession, keep away from Josh Allen, they are going to run it up on the Bills. And I'm convinced.
Remember the last time that they wore, the only time and the last time that they wore these new black uniforms, Jared Goff had a perfect game, and David Montgomery had one of the best receptions I've ever seen in my entire life when he put Devin Witherspoon into the turf. So I'd throw that guy the ball.
As I look at the landscape with Buffalo defensively, it's and I know what you're saying is right. You've been doing this a long time, number one. Number two, you can read and look at stats and numbers and things like that. At least,
Everybody can.
You pass off like you can.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, you know what? I mean, that's the beauty of it now. Like we were talking about yesterday, Neal, like all jokes aside, the whole fantasy expert thing, I giggle at it. All the information is there.
It's right there printed for you.
Do you want to put in any work? Like if you want to put in some work, you can find all these numbers, okay? And if all of us know this, what do you think the coaching staff knows?
Oh yeah,
100%. So with that being said, because I look at their defense after I hear you make a statement like that, Sean, I look at their defense. I'm like, man, Greg Rousseau, I like him.
They got talent.
He's
on
a good
that
player. I'm
line.
like Ed Oliver, man. There was a time I wanted the Lions to take him badly.
Absolutely.
You remember that whole deal?
Oh yeah.
Matt Milano.
Yeah.
At the linebacker. I mean, these are
AJ Espinoza. He's solid.
These are names, bro, that you know. And I'm like, Sean, I hear you say it, and I know you're right because I trust you, and I know that you're right. But damn, the names, man, they are good, which obviously they are good. They're a factor.
Guess what other names are good? Penei Sewell, Frank Ragnow, Kevin Zeitler. I mean, this Lions offensive line is just, they have their will with people, man. It don't matter who you line up on the other side. So we are the most physical team in the league, and that's going to play a part in this game because while the Bills are physical, I feel like we are more physical.
Yeah.
So, we're going to see.
And when you're looking at names against the Buffalo Bills, look at the names of the guys that are out, like both of their starting safeties and Rasul Douglas and
That's
DeMar Hamlin.
huge.
Yep.
So
Huge.
expect Waymo to get a little loose in that secondary.
Oh, man.
Huge.
Tabitha Gable, Neal, good to have you back. Thank you. It's good to be back. Shout out to everybody for holding it down while I was doing presidential stuff.
It takes a lot to keep DeMar Hamlin off the field, so it's got to be some kind of injury. Let's go to break. Tell us about the pregame
Too
show.
soon, bro. Too soon.
He's a zombie. Let me tell you guys. All right, tell us about the pregame
show.
Yeah.
Spenny won't be a part of it because he's no longer with the network anymore. I don't know if he knows that. No, I'm just playing. Hey, nobody does football Sundays better than Woodward Sports. That's confirmed, by the way. That's the reason a lot of the 75,000 of you that subscribe to Woodward Sports, you guys know it already. We all start the Sunday mornings, 8 to 9 a.m., Woodward and Maine. Matthew Broder, Terry Foster, they break the things down for you. Tens of thousands of you tap in for that. Then they step aside. Myself and Sean Baligian step in. We'll be live at Second Best downtown for the New Holland Brewing Company pregame show brought to you by Sabbath Coffee Roasters and Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. We break things down. We take a look at a matchup from the past, all of it. It's a lot of fun. And we're just in there chopping it up, drinking Tallers from New Holland Brewing, eating wings from Second Best. It's really unbelievable when you think about it. But again, we're just chopping up, taking your thoughts as well. So make sure, guys, we're not going to get in the way of your NFL viewing. Remember, 10 to noon. All right? 10 to noon. 10 to noon. We're going to be downtown warming things up for everyone. We're going to get the lay of the land and report back. Can't wait for it. Nobody does football Sundays like Woodward. Not the flagship, not the TV stations. Nobody. Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
1800 Tequila is the official tequila of the Woodward Sports live watch party and post-game show. They are also a proud partner of the Detroit Lions. You can see they got the black jersey themed bottles right there. They're in stores now. Go get yours while you can. 1800 Tequila, the smoothest taste in tequila. And please, as always, drink responsibly.
All right, we're back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Sean Baligian in for D-Mac Nickel Package Friday, Bourbon Friday. Shout out Barchez. KG, Spencer Raxter, Young Justin's in the building. And let's kick it off, everyone. We're ready to nickel package this thing up. Let's start with the Lions, man. Let's go.
All right, first question of the Detroit Lions nickel package. The Bills have been terrible against running backs out of the backfield. Is this a Montgomery and Gibbs game?
Clearly.
Isn't Sean? Aren't we to the point where every game?
Yes.
Every you know, like every game is like what else? What do you want me to say here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Someone's gonna score a touchdown. If they both get a touchdown, they may as well stop the game, save the injury, give the Lions a win, let the Bills go home early and shovel more snow when they get back. But like it's every game. Every game is their game.
I want to see them used in the way that KG described, though. You know what? I want them to set up those screens. I want them to hit them where it hurts. I mean, the Bills have been absolutely exploited this year. One of the worst teams in the league against running backs coming out of the backfield. So you know what? Exploit them. Don't overthink this. Don't overthink this. And more on this coming up in this very segment. But you know what? Utilize these guys. Set up those screens. Set up the checkdowns. I don't care if Jared turns into prime Joey Harrington. Check it down to those guys because guys are eating week after week against the Buffalo Bills.
And it's only going to open up more running lanes for them when they actually decide to hand the ball off, because you have the defense moving laterally. It's just going to open up more of those holes and let them eat even more.
Tommy K in the chat. Great to have you back, Neal. Shout out Shankar Distilleries. Went to a Christmas party there last week and was sipping on some Varchat. So, see, there you go. The people are on the street. Second down.
Second down, second question of the Lions nickel package. Josh Allen has thrown for 5 touchdowns and run for 4 in his last 2 games. Define limiting him Sunday.
Beating them.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
He's going to get his.
He is.
Right? You have to accept that. We are not going to shut down Josh Allen.
They're over 30 a game, are they not? Like offensively?
Yeah.
I believe for the course of the season, they are over 30 a game. Yeah, it's the nature of the beast. I mean, the dude, we forget his size. For real.
Tough to bring down.
He's so fun to watch. I'm sorry. I've said it from day one.
When he's on, yeah.
I love watching the guy. I really do.
30 and a half,
now that he's
30 and a half. There you go.
No, I'm serious. I mean, going back to when he was drafted, I remember talking about it here on the network when we first started with Bischoff. I was like, guys are dropping the ball on him. I want a guy that can make plays. I don't give a shit how uncoordinated he looks. I don't give a crap about some of the ill-advised throws that he makes. I want a guy to make plays. Josh Allen is going to make plays. Make more plays.
Young Justin on Caesars, can you find out what he is to throw a pick, Josh Allen?
Yes, I can.
I got something cooking up, by the way.
I like that. I like where you're thinking.
I got something cooking up. All right, next, third down.
All right, third down, third question of the Detroit Lions nickel package. Over 54.5, right?
It's got to.
Sean.
It's got to, right?
Sean, there's this town in the desert full of lights with plush carpeting and granite countertops and the latest technology.
I've heard of it.
And the finest women walking around.
That's true.
There's this place. It's in the desert. Perhaps you've heard of it.
Pahrump, Nevada? Is that
I think it's Scottsdale.
Scott's?
It's a lot in an NFL game. I know. Like
This is why I don't
34-31
gamble anymore.
Yeah.
That's why I don't gamble anymore.
34-31, right?
Take it over.
There's no way this game is not
That's
34-31.
begging me. It is literally begging me to come out of retirement and bet on that. It is. It's
That's Sean
begging me.
Baligian's music. He's back. Oh my God. Yeah.
Bitches!
Money.
Neal, you know what? As I was doing this last night, okay, let's take it. How about you said 34-31? How about even like 31-27, 31-28? Like you're sitting back
Well,
going,
Sean,
well,
like
that's over.
34-31 covers it by more than a touchdown, and that's with 3 field goals. You know what I'm saying? Because field goals are your enemy when you're betting the over.
They are.
They are.
Field goals are your enemy, period. Let's be
Yes.
honest. They
That's
just
Winning, overs, America, all of it. All of it. Bigger enemy. Field goals are the Germans. 2-4-8. All right.
Yeah.
Neal, were you looking for interception or turnover?
Interception.
Interception, minus 130 for Josh Allen.
Uh-oh. He's throwing one.
Oh, shit.
They're telling you he's
I mean,
throwing
if you
one.
listen to Dan Orlovsky and go by his game plan, you're going to throw one.
Yeah.
Allen's throwing one.
He's going to take shots at the secondary.
To be honest with you, I was looking to get that worst case scenario plus 100, best case scenario plus 115.
Yeah.
I was looking for plus money on that.
And listen, if this game goes the way that we all think it's going to do, and the Bills have to play catch up, right? He's going to be airing it out.
Yes.
Which just screams over, doesn't it?
Even if they not down, he's going to. It's part of his DNA to take shots down the field. But you're going against a very tested secondary, and the safety room is like unreal, bro. So you can try it if you want to. And Kirby gonna come down with a couple.
We
of
welcome
boys.
it.
We welcome you.
I'm glad I got a first round bye in my fantasy playoffs because Josh Allen's my quarterback, so he can have an off week this week. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Just come back even stronger next week, brother. All right, next question of the Detroit Lions nickel package. 3 defensive backfield starters did not practice Thursday for the Bills. Paging Dr. Goff.
Can I go back to 0.3? This is going over. It's flying over, right? This is the type of game that Jared Goff is going to get that precision knife and do some surgery, right? Doesn't everything scream towards it?
But I was told that it's a Gibbs Montgomery game.
Yes, and throw it all over, and then J-Mo runs amok in the backfield. You hit him once for 79 yards, and
like
then all
J-Mo
of a sudden you got
anytime
31 points on the board.
It's
Right?
everybody
Who
game.
says no?
Okay.
I don't.
Who says no?
Maybe you know.
I
what?
like J-Mo for 2 touchdowns. this
Maybe
weekend.
that Rams Bills game is too fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
As I was writing this, I mean, honestly, maybe that game is because it was just like, okay, cool, the Bills scored, so now that means the Rams have to score. Oh, the Rams just scored, so the Bills have to score again. Maybe that's just too fresh in my mind. But
No. But like Spendy said, it's Rasul Douglas, Taylor Rapp, and DeMar Hamlin are out. Or maybe out. So.
Okay, here's the problem, and here's where I'm going to be honest when a lot of people in this profession and what we do are not. I don't know. You know, like, Sean, on paper, yeah, 100 YOLO, every prop over, you know, let's go.
Right.
On paper, yes. But Sean,
Something gonna happen.
we've seen it too many times.
we've seen it
man.
with the Lions the last few weeks, right? Everybody and their brother nationally is talking about all the injuries, and it's going to catch up to the Lions. How'd that work out?
Yeah.
The minus 130, and someone else in the chat jumped in, whatever book they go through, which is not Caesar Sportsbook, the official sports book of Woodward Sports. They said at their spot, Allen's to throw pick is minus 165. He's got, what, 5 of them this year?
Yeah.
Lions are going to win, dude. Like,
Yeah.
the books are trying to tell you the Lions are going to win.
Lions are going to win for sure.
What is he to throw to?
I just took the Lions plus, minus 6.5.
Alt line. What do you get? 2.5?
Yeah, it was plus 195.
Oh, that's it, huh? Yeah, okay.
6.5.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I'm shaded. Let me know when you get that, by the way.
I'm pulling
two,
up right now.
two
All right,
plus.
Final question of the Detroit Lions nickel package. Can't expect any help at this point. So are we in playoff mode with 4 weeks to go? Because they basically need to win out. If they lose one game or they win out, they're 100% the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah, you know what people aren't taking into account with that, though, is the volatility. And when the Vikings lose on Monday night, they become a non-factor. Because think about
It's
it.
the Eagles.
Yeah, no, I get it. But, like, think about it. Any loss by, like, we keep talking about the Lions and how they can't lose to get this done. Any loss by the Vikings or Eagles, and they are out.
Could.
3. Wait, you're gonna be 1.5 back with 3 to go.
Yeah.
You ain't catching the Lions in that fat. See, I think people are losing sight of that, Sean. The Lions are the boss still. It's up to those teams to win every single game. The Lions can lose this game and nothing changes.
That's exactly it.
Nothing changes.
That's
I don't think people understand the AFC dynamic of the game this weekend because, you know, if they do lose, you know, you'll be doing the watch party.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I told you this team.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to lose at home again.
They peaked too early.
They peaked too early. They're playing too well for too long.
we talked about
It's literally a free roll, Sean.
We talked about it a month ago. If you were going to lose again, make it this one.
Yeah.
Make it this one. And by the way, I don't think they're going to lose this one.
No.
I don't. And Neal, I do think this is playoff mode right now. I've said it since the summertime. Look, I don't give a crap where the Lions finish. Of course, I'd rather finish number 1 and win the division and all that. You make your hay in playoff time.
They're in the playoffs.
But now that you're here. Now that you're here and you have an opportunity to lock up a real home field advantage because everybody and their brother knows that this is a real home field advantage at Ford Field, no slip-ups.
Well, no, it's all corporate people there now. Tickets are too expensive.
yeah, that's true. Rats.
That's it, right?
No, but pedal to the metal. You're here. I think it's playoff mode. You know, this team should look at this and say, okay, we're not losing the rest of the year. Cool, let's go.
Been playoff.
Real quick, we'll get to some of the people here. Frog Crop, none of the Bills players practiced yesterday because of the weather. Yeah, I heard they had virtual meetings and stuff like that. I don't know that that's the awful thing that everyone's trying to...
What they
find a
did
way.
is they used an estimation. That's how they came up with the DNP.
Yeah, so I don't know. Answer 14, I think we all know what's going to happen if Goff gets time in the pocket. Lights out Buffalo. And then out of nowhere, and maybe I'm parachuting in on this, Mike O, 3-day benders might be underrated. I think they are underrated, Mike O.
I went on a 3-day bender last week. They play on a Thursday. What do you expect me to do?
I miss those days.
I've done it in Vegas before.
Yeah.
That's the place to do it.
I mean, the Lions play on a Thursday.
On a work trip.
I already
Yeah,
have
right.
Fridays
That's the place
penciled
to
in
do
for
it.
my Coonan night because I go, work out in the middle of the day. And then Saturday I had a Christmas party. So Sunday I didn't do shit. I just chilled and got to recuperate.
I'm a big fan of the sweat it out theory. I am. You feel like crap. You had too much the night before. You go to the gym, you sweat it out, you feel great. It's like, all right, back on the horse, let's go.
Yeah.
I'm a big just smoke some weed and get on with your day type of guy.
Yeah, that'll change soon, Justin. I got to stretch and shit now. So
Yeah.
when I'm like,
5-day bender loading this weekend.
once I make it, I think a thing that is going to be the bougiest about I want a sauna in my house.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
I went to an Airbnb.
It's affordable now,
When
too.
I went to a golf trip in Boyne, and our Airbnb had a sauna in the house, and it was awesome. I used it every day. Would wake up, take a schwitz, and then just fucking go golf. It was awesome.